We start this morning with more sad news. A deadly shooting in Kentucky, America's 15th mass killing this year.
That's right. The numbers are staggering. At least 5 people were killed and 9 others injured after a gunman opened fire yesterday at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. Police say the shooter was 25-year-old bank employee Connor Sturgeon, who they say live streamed the incident on social media. Sturgeon was killed in a gunfight with police. In an emotional press conference, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear paid tribute to the victims, one of whom he said he knew personally.
Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career, helped me become governor, gave me advice on being a good dad. He's one of the people I talk to most in the world, and very rarely are we talking about my job. He was an incredible friend.
NBC News senior national correspondent Jay Gray joined us now from Louisville. Clearly there we saw gun violence touches everyone, and it's sobering that we're starting our morning talking about this, Jay. Still, though, each tragedy is unique. So can you first just walk us through how this incident unfolded and what police are saying about the suspect and his motives?
Yeah, Zing Clan, unfortunately, mass shootings uniquely American at this point, happening here more than anywhere else in the world combined. I want you to take a look at where it all unfolded. You can see the boarded up windows and doors here shattered by gunfire during what witnesses describe as an intense firefight between police who arrived just 3 minutes after the first 911 call and that suspect who walked into work yesterday morning with a rifle and opened fire. 4 people killed during the attack, a 5th succumbing to her wounds at the hospital overnight. Police stormed in and following the incident began to gather evidence, pulling several bags of evidence from the bank here, but also from the suspect's home, including a computer. There's been no word yet from investigators on a potential motive here, but clearly that's what they are looking for. And Zen Clay, unfortunately, it's what so many of us ask after each one of these shootings. Why? Why did it happen?
Yeah, why? I mean, really no answers there. And Jay, as we mentioned, some of the victims were close friends of Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Tributes have been pouring in for these victims and their families. What more can you tell us about them, who they were, and the condition of those injured?
Yeah, and look, all of these victims have been described by friends as people who were very involved in the community here, who were active in their faith. You saw the governor emotional as he talked about his friend that was lost, another friend of the governor injured here. And all of them, again, people that in this community were well respected. What you'll hear locals say here is that Louisville is a big, small town, and many telling us yesterday that if you didn't know someone who was inside the bank at the time of the attack, you likely know someone who knew those inside. So it's a tight-knit community, and it's struggling. It's suffering right now.
And Jay, what's the reaction been like from the White House? Of course, this is following another mass shooting in Nashville just recently. What are they saying?
Yeah, we were at the school in Nashville just a week or so ago. The White House then and now obviously condemning the attack and saying that there needs to be stronger gun measures put in place. Let's look at a social media post from the president yesterday. President Biden tweeting, "Once again, our nation mourns after a senseless act of gun violence. Jill and I pray for the lives lost and impacted by today's shooting. Too many Americans are paying for the price of inaction with their lives. When will Republicans in Congress act to protect our communities?" And that echoed during the White House briefing yesterday by the press secretary. Listen to what she had to say.
Once again, today, the president has called on Republicans in Congress to work together with Democrats to take action, to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, to require safe storage of firearms, to require background checks for all gun sales, to eliminate gun manufacturers' immunity from liability. These are common sense actions we can ask for and should be getting right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as the political debate continues, so do the mass shootings and deaths across the country. Clay, it's tough, and maybe one of the worst parts about all of this is it's not surprising anymore.
Well, we're definitely keeping the community in our prayers. Jay Gray, thank you so much.
Turning now to the ongoing legal battle over the future of abortion pills. The Biden administration has filed an appeal of a federal judge's ruling in Texas halting the use of mifepristone. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns has more on the confusion around this decision and where the case goes next.
The fallout from dueling court rulings. The future of the abortion pill is hanging in the balance after a Texas judge invalidated the FDA's approval of mifepristone. The Department of Justice is now appealing that decision.
What this ruling effectively is a backdoor ban on abortion.
What options are available to the administration here?
We've been waiting for the judge to rule, and what we did is what we believe is the best strategy, which is to appeal this decision immediately.
Minutes after the Texas judge's decision on Friday night, a federal judge in Washington state with equal authority dropping a contradictory ruling, ordering the FDA to maintain access to the drug. It all sowed confusion nationwide and created a legal standoff. Used with another drug, mifepristone is the most common method for terminating pregnancies in the U.S. It's been approved since 2000 and used safely more than 5 million times. But the plaintiffs in the Texas case, a group of anti-abortion doctors and medical organizations, allege the drug is dangerous and the FDA didn't follow proper protocol when approving it. I spoke with the group behind the lawsuit before the ruling.
The result, if you win, is that abortion access will be significantly limited. Is that the goal of this lawsuit?
No, the goal of this lawsuit is to protect American women and girls from dangerous chemical abortion drugs. It's not, we are not seeking a nationwide abortion ban.
Meanwhile, lawmakers in blue states vowed to do whatever necessary to protect reproductive rights.
It harms patients, undermines medical expertise, and takes away freedom.
Mifepristone remains legal as the battles rage on in the courts. Dasha Burns, NBC News.
Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos now to get some more insight on all of this. Danny, this case is interesting, confusing, because you have a situation where, to start with, there wasn't a specific medical malpractice issue that led to this lawsuit, right? It really seems to have started from a political standpoint. Then you have these two conflicting rulings that Dasha reported on so well. If you're the FDA and you're listening to that judge in Washington saying, hey, for the states that have filed this lawsuit, don't touch this drug, leave it on the shelves, who do you listen to?
This is the problem with nationwide injunctions. Anytime a district court and a federal district, most folks aren't aware of where their district is, but we all live in one. It's smaller usually than a state or as big as a state. And sometimes judges issue what are called nationwide injunctions. And an issue arises. Do they have the power to do that? Well, in theory, if they're saying that the FDA made a mistake and this is no longer technically authorized, well, then you can see the rationale. But at the same time, you have an unelected judge in a district that could be across the country from you making decisions that affects people thousands of miles away. So procedurally, these kinds of injunctions are problematic, which is why they usually get appealed and the circuit courts try to sort it out.
And Danny, I also note the Justice Department essentially appealed the Texas abortion decision. The plaintiffs now have until tonight to file their response. What should we be looking for here?
They're going to argue that essentially, they might argue that the government doesn't even have standing to be there. Standing is a favorite argument anytime you have these politically charged abortion issues, because standing raises the question of what business is it of yours anyway? If you're not directly harmed, and this sort of overall as a country we're harmed by something is often not enough for standing. For example, if you don't like the tax code, you don't like the taxes you're paying, here we are on the eve of tax day, you cannot normally file a lawsuit saying, hey, I'm a taxpayer and I'm harmed by this practice. That's not enough for standing because it affects all of us. So standing issue in cases like abortion can be problematic because what exactly is a concrete interest? Is it somebody who needs an abortion? Well, that's difficult because that only is a window of a few months. Or is it people, broadly speaking, who may be affected by abortion. So that's one example of an issue you may see on appeal in a case like this, where everybody has an interest, but they may not have a judicial interest.
And everyone's watching this one.
Everyone's watching.
A lot to unpack. Thank you so much for being here today, Danny Savalas. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Now to the coronavirus pandemic. President Biden has signed a Republican-backed bill ending the COVID national emergency. It's been over 3 years since the COVID national emergency was declared back in March of 2020. The move ends the national emergency a month earlier than the Biden administration originally planned. President Biden was opposed to ending the national emergency, but said he would not veto the legislation. A separate public health emergency related to COVID-19 will remain in effect until May 11th.
Turning now to a story we've been following since the start of the year, when a 6-year-old boy was taken into custody after opening fire on his teacher inside a Virginia first-grade classroom. Now the mother of that 6-year-old is facing felony and misdemeanor charges for the shooting. This as that teacher is suing the school district for $40 million. NBC News national correspondent Miguel Almaguer has more.
Never put a teacher shot.
3 months after the shocking school shooting, the mother of the 6-year-old Virginia boy who shot and seriously wounded his first-grade teacher is facing criminal charges. A grand jury in Newport News indicting 25-year-old Deja Taylor on charges of felony child neglect and a misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a loaded firearm so as to endanger a child.
Who would be prepared for a 6-year-old to bring a loaded weapon onto school or a weapon onto school?
After authorities announced the 6-year-old would not be charged with a crime, the Commonwealth's attorney saying every criminal case is unique in its facts, and these facts support these charges, but our investigation into the shooting continues.
I just will never forget the look on his face that he gave me while he pointed the gun directly at me. That's something that I will never forget. It's changed me. It's changed my life.
Abigail Zwerner, who told Savannah Guthrie the bullet still remains lodged in her body, is suing school administrators for $40 million, alleging gross negligence. Zwerner said staff failed to act on several warnings that the 6-year-old had a gun or made threats. There were failures in accountability at multiple levels that led to Abby being shot and almost killed, writes her attorney. We will not allow school leaders to escape accountability for their role in this tragedy.
A lawyer for Deja Taylor, the mother of the 6-year-old, tells NBC News she plans to turn herself in later this week. Back to you.
All right, Miguel, thank you for that. It was a major moment for Tennessee politics yesterday as recently ousted State Representative Justin Jones was unanimously voted back into his position. This, of course, was after he and another lawmaker were expelled for leading new gun law protest on the House floor.
This was the moment that the vote to bring him back happened.
Votes are in. Mr. Clerk, close the machines. Take the vote. Ayes 36. So we can keep moving. Justin Jones has been elected as the interim successor for the vacant seat of Tennessee House District 52.
Correspondent Antonia Hilton joins us now to break down this historic moment and what it could mean for the future of the state of Tennessee. Antonia, good morning. So first he's kicked out, then he's brought back in. What's going on here? And what exactly was the process like for getting him reinstated?
Well, the process was frankly quick and simple. The Nashville Metro Council voted unanimously to reinstate him as their interim representative. And that was a 36-0 vote. There was really no question that night about what was going to happen. And so what we saw happen last night was Representative Jones walk a crowd of about 1,000 people right back to the Tennessee Capitol steps and then take his oath all over again before entering the room back to thunderous applause. And I can't stress enough how unusual this moment is. In Tennessee politics, it's really hard for Democrats to get the microphone. Locally, but especially nationally. And in just a matter of days since this expulsion, these 3 Democratic representatives have become national figures of a movement for gun reform, of a movement for youth voices there. And in many ways, this has backfired on the Republicans there who expelled them. And what we see now is Justin Jones missed all of about 2 business days of work. He's entering his workplace as of last night, right, once again, back in the same position he held before.
But now with the national spotlight.
That's right.
And you talked about that moment of him walking back to take his job back. Let's listen to some of what Representative Jones actually had to say on the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I want to welcome the people back to the people's house. I want to welcome democracy back to the people's house. Last Thursday, members of this body tried to crucify democracy, but today we stand as a witness of a resurrection of a movement of a multiracial democracy that no unjust decision will stand.
Members of this body tried to crucify democracy. That's what he said there. When you look at this, the group of Tennessee 3, one of the lawmakers who had voted to not expel the third member of the Tennessee 3 said that he did so because she didn't use a bullhorn. She, as well as Jones and the other colleague, Pearson, who was expelled, they have said that they think race played a factor here. Have we heard anything from those colleagues who voted to expel them?
Well, the Republicans who voted to expel them have consistently said that they felt that this was justified, that the 3 lawmakers broke decorum rules. But as you mentioned, you know, the only 2 of the 3 who were expelled were the 2 black lawmakers who were holding the bullhorns, who were seen in many of the images that came out that day, really leading many of the young people on the floor. But this, again, has become this real flashpoint, which has been part of, frankly, months of debate in Tennessee. It seems to the country like this has just happened over the last couple days. But Tennessee has been embroiled in massive fights over civil rights, over guns and safety for children, because lawmakers have been introducing extremely controversial bills on that floor. And so in a very strange way, these lawmakers who previously had very little voice on that floor now have this megaphone. And it's going to be interesting to see how all these people are able to come back to the table as Republicans continue to insist that those lawmakers broke the rules, but they're going to be working with them again in just a matter of days.
And of course, Antonia, Justin Jones was not the only one. There's also Justin Pearson. What's next for him? Is there a chance he comes back?
There is. On Wednesday, the Shelby County Commission is going to be voting on his reinstatement. All signals right now show that he, too, is going to be making his way back to the House floor later this week. And so that's what I mean. These people are all about to come back together, and it's going to represent this fascinating moment in Tennessee where these extreme tensions have come to the front, and all these people are still going to have to close out the session as colleagues.
A lot to watch here, and all eyes on Tennessee. Antonia Hilton, thank you so much.
Thanks, Antonia. All right, so let's get to weather. We could be seeing much warmer weather this week. We can get a closer look at the Morning News Now weather forecast.
Meteorologist Angie Lassman joins us now, hopefully with some good news. Good morning, Angie.
Yeah, depends what you like, guys. If you're looking for maybe the very summer-like temperatures in April, then we have you covered. We see temperatures into the low 80s in a lot of places in the high plains as we get into the afternoon hours today. And this is just the start of what's going to be a couple days of some warmer than normal temperatures. We're talking 10 to even 30 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. So some of those highs today, 82 for Rapid City, more than 25 degrees above normal, 85 for Omaha. Not quite as warm in Wichita, but still running warmer than normal with a high of 79 degrees. This will continue to spread east and will be something that we'll deal with for days and days. This is a look at tomorrow. Chicago ends up at 83 degrees, Buffalo into the mid-60s, Nashville upper 70s. So it's going to be kind of a warmer than normal couple of days, and we'll set up for the potential to take a run at some of these record highs. You can see that takes us into next week with New York, mid-80s for the end of the work week and into the weekend. It's going to be really kind of a nice stretch of weather. Here's some of those highs we're watching today. Denver, you could see a high of 83 degrees. That would beat the previous record of 80 degrees. Even into tomorrow, Minneapolis could see a record high of 84 degrees. And as we get into Thursday, 85 for Newark. The record right now for that date is 86 degrees. So that kind of sets the stage for where we go from here. We're going to continue to see those warmer temperatures settling in across the country. It's going to be a little problematic in some spots. The next 48 hours, we'll watch for some flooding concerns with some rapid snowmelt out west. That'll be something to watch. Also, with the warmer than normal temperatures, the low humidity, and a little bit of wind, not going to be surprised if we could see some fire concerns. You see those areas, including 37 million people for parts of the Midwest, into the plains, and into the Northeast that could see some fire alerts through the day today. Meanwhile, in the South and in the Gulf, really, I should say, a low pressure system is going to develop. That's going to bring some unsettled weather to folks really from Louisiana, Mississippi, and into Florida. A big push of moisture is going to work into the Florida Peninsula here as we get into Wednesday and into Thursday. And by the time all is said and done, guys, we could see upwards of maybe 5 to even 8 inches in some of those spots. So flooding will be an issue.
Well, hopefully they stay safe. Bring out the umbrellas.
Yes, exactly.
Angie Lassman, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.